Hello everybody, Sparkster1701 here. It's time for our GoBot review, and we're going to take a look at a Renegade GoBot. This is Buggyman. As you can see here, Buggyman came in two colors. The blue color was the original toy. It was available in 1984, and it would be discontinued by 1985. Then in 1986, Buggyman would be reissued in an orange color. Again, this was part of Tonka's method of trying to keep the toy line alive by issuing them in new colors. Buggyman gets his name, of course, for the fact that he becomes a dune buggy in his alternate mode, and of course, it's a play on Boogeyman, since he's a bad guy as well, so he could be something that supposedly scares his kids. You could tell that to your children. Watch out for the Buggyman hiding in your closet. Okay, that was just dumb. At any rate, this was one of the more used molds that Bandai used to put these toys out. So there's quite a few fakes of him out there. And for whatever reason, despite being shown in the cartoon a lot, Buggyman was discontinued early. And then that led to them giving us this orange one here. I'm going to show the articulation off on the orange one, as this one's in somewhat better shape than the blue one is over there. Excuse me. As far as articulation goes, Buggyman can rotate his arm at the shoulder all the way, and he can bend his knees, but that's more used to convert him into his alternate mode. Plus, of course, as you may have noticed, down here at the bottom of the toy, he does have stickers that say 08. While some may confuse them as saying that it's 80, no, it is 08, because in his original toy line, the Machine Robo series, he was Machine Robo number 8. At any rate, we're going to get ready and convert Buggyman into his alternate mode. It's a very simple process. Kind of doing it real quick like with the blue one off camera, due to the fact he's in a very fragile state, but we'll show it to you here on the orange one. You'll bring his arms down to the side and shimmy them up at the shoulder, and then press them inward, like so. Of course, this would also be a good time while the arm is stuck here to point out that he does have rubber tires here, and there is a fair amount of die-cast metal on this toy. And then we come back here and we bend his legs at the knees all the way up, like so. And then, of course, you will raise up the windshield like that. And here is his alternate mode, a dune buggy. He's specifically intended to be a Mayor Banks dune buggy, which interestingly enough has the frame based off of a Volkswagen Beetle. So it's almost fitting that one of his renegades is Bugbite, who also becomes a Volkswagen Beetle. Of course, to show off to you, we got the blue one here. Now, while he's predominantly made of metal, there is some plastic, like the legs are plastic and the arms are plastic. But there's a certain area that you should look out for, collectors, and that's this windshield. As you can see here from any angle, this is very, very thin plastic. This one had apparently broken off at some point, and the previous owner tried to glue it in. I had no problems with it, but as I was setting this video up, it tried to pop free on me, so that's part of the reason why we're being rather cautious with how we convert this version of Buggyman. So as you can imagine, he's going to go back into his case before long. Stand him here like that. Of course, some of you are probably wondering, how does he roll? Well, we'll use the orange one here, and you can see, rolls pretty darn good on this smooth table here, and with these oversized tires, he probably would roll pretty good on the carpet, too. Of course, something else to show off, Buggyman may not have been popular on the toy shelves, but obviously they felt they could do something with him, since when Tonka had Monogram make model kits of him, model kits of the GoBots, Buggyman was chosen as the sole small Renegade. Guess that says something about him, doesn't it, folks? At any rate, Buggyman doesn't have any loose or removable pieces, except the only thing to really worry about is, again, the aforementioned windshield area. So we'll get down to my thoughts. What do I think of Buggyman? Aside from the really stupid sounding name, I kind of like Buggyman. With him being a dune buggy, it means he's obviously going to be able to drive in terrain that would hinder some of the other more racing type GoBots. Of course, that didn't seem to work out in the cartoon, but since when does anything have to make sense in a cartoon? But at any rate, that definitely gives Buggyman something of an advantage over a fair number of the other GoBots that were available, as there weren't too many that were intended to be driven off-road. So this one definitely gets some marks for it. But all in all, though, I'm basically going to put Buggyman about in the middle tier. I mean, we really didn't get to see that much of him in the cartoon. And basically what we saw of him, he was just basically a thug or enforcer for the Renegades, and really didn't do a whole lot else beyond that. So he really doesn't deserve much higher status than that. The windscreen, again, is a problem that I do have with him. I mean, I know dune buggies like that don't have much, if anything, of a support frame there for the windscreen, but how flimsy it is on the toy, that's something that's always going to be a matter of concern. That, and I really don't care for the colors on the repaint. It's almost like they were trying to go for something flash years before the neon craze really hit. And it just doesn't really mesh well. I mean, orange and bright green, seriously? But it was the 80s, and, well, we lived through it. And to tell all you youngsters about it, we had fun doing it too. And that concludes my review of the Renegade GoBot Buggyman. If you like the review, please leave us a thumbs up here on YouTube. If you're new to the channel, hit the subscribe button down below and join up within our ranks. Don't forget to ring the notification bell so you'll know when future videos are published. Also, please consider sharing your thoughts about Buggyman in the comments down below. This is Sparkster1701 saying I will catch you all later.